Hello everybody, welcome to the next game in the 2015 Strat-O-Matic Demolition League. This is the final first game of Series 6. It is between the Houston Astros and the Tampa Bay Rays. Once this game is complete, all teams will have played 16 games on the season. After 15 games, the Astros are 7-8, the Rays are 10-5. They're a half game behind the Mets at 11-5. So if they get the win here, we will have a first place tie, but it's still early. Pitching for the Tampa Bay Rays is going to be Jake Odorizzi. And pitching for the Houston Astros, Collin McHugh. I do have the game on the computer, so I will give you their replay stats as we progress. Rest rolls that came through. Jake Marisnick has to rest for Houston. Tampa Bay did not draw any rest at all. Starting lineups, Altuve at second, Rasmussen center, Springer in right, Gaddis DH. Marwyn Gonzalez at third, Chris Carter at first, Carlos Correa at short, Preston Tucker in left, and Hank Conger as the catcher. For Tampa Bay, Jaso, the DH, Forsythe at second, Longoria at third, Loney at first, Souza in right, Cabrera at short, Kiermeier in center, Rivera the catcher, and DeJesus in left. Injury checks for the starting pitchers. McHugh cannot be injured. Odorizzi is a 1, which means a 6-12 will be his injury factor. All right, I think we are ready to go. Got the game up on the computer, as I said. I want to get this game in, and not that I'm trying to rush it, but I don't want to dilly-dally too long, so we'll go and get this thing started. And on the replay, Jake Odorizzi in 3 starts is 1-1 with a 3.32 ERA, 19 innings pitched, 17 hits, 5 walks, 19 strikeouts, and 2 home runs allowed. Jose Altuve will lead off for the Stros. He's hitting .270, no homers and 7 driven in 63 at-bats. And this game is underway. Oh, I got the wrong die. Hold on. I picked up a die that didn't have the number on it. I was switching to the blue dice for Tampa's colors and picked up the wrong one. Apparently I only have 1 blue die here. I thought I had 2. Oh, I do. Okay. I just picked up the wrong one. So we're going to re-roll that. We'll call that a do-over because I didn't have the right dice. So we'll try it again. Jose Altuve will step back in the box and we'll try it again. 1-5 for Altuve, and that's a 1 for a triple. Anything else will be a leadoff double for Jose Altuve. And that is a leadoff double for Jose Altuve as he is getting things started for the Stros as they're trying to get back to the 500 mark as he feels like they are underperforming. So the leadoff double, that brings up Colby Rasmus. He's hitting a meager 111 in 27 at-bats. I believe that's 3 for 27. And no homers or runs driven in. Altuve will be held at second because he runs very well. 2-8, and that's a strikeout, and Rasmus's woes will continue. Couldn't even move the base runner up. That'll bring up George Springer, right fielder. And on the replay, Springer hitting .349, a homer and 5 runs driven in, so very well so far. 4-8, and that's a walk. So Odorizzi apparently didn't want a whole lot to do with Springer and ends up walking him. Does set up a double play for Evan Gaddis, who is a good double play candidate. So the Rays are definitely looking to turn 2. And Gaddis on the replay is hitting .188, a homer and 2 runs driven in. 4-5, struck him out. Didn't get the double play, but did get the strikeout. And that's out number 2 for Marwyn Gonzalez, the third baseman. And on the replay, Gonzalez hitting .378 in 37 at-bats, 3 homers and 5 driven in. 5-10 against the lefty. Switch hitter batting left is a fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. So Odorizzi pitches out of it. All right, sorry about that. I had a little thing I had to pause the video for. So we're ready to start the bottom of the first. Collin McHugh, this pitcher for the Astros, in 3 starts. He's 1-1 with a 3.63 ERA, 17 innings pitched, 18 hits, 7 walks, and 15 strikeouts. And returning from injury, John Jaso will lead off for the Rays. In 27 at-bats, he's hitting a .185, a homer, and 2 runs driven in. So he wants to get back Try to get his feet wet back into the swing of things against McHugh. 4-6 against the lefty is a 1-19 single, so almost guaranteed to be a single. And it is. 18 is close enough. So a leadoff single. Leadoff single for John Jaso. He doesn't run well at all, so he will not be held. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Logan Forsythe. And Forsythe on the replay is hitting .286, a homer and 2 runs driven in. 3-2 against a right-hander. That's a ground ball third base A. That's a round the horn 5-4-3 double play. Just what the doctor ordered, if you're Colin McHugh. And 2 outs, bases are now clear for Evan Longoria. And Longoria on the replay hitting .328, 2 homers, 7 driven in. 6-7 against McHugh is a single, so it's a good thing he got the double play, because here come the Rays again. Longoria with a single. And let's see, he is a D-sealer. He will not be held. James Loney, the batter, first baseman. And he comes in hitting .311, 2 homers, 5 driven in. 1-6, and that's a single to left field. That'll put runners at first and second. Runners are now at first and second with 2 outs, as Longoria decided to put the brakes on at second base with the ball hit to left field. So 2 on, 2 out for Steven Souza, right fielder. Souza hitting .250, 11 out of 44, no homers, 3 runs driven in. 2-3, and that's a hit by pitch, so the bases are now loaded. McHugh thought he was going to get out of everything, but now he's really in a jam as he has loaded the bases. Has McHugh on that hit by pitch. Souza not too happy about it. Don't believe it was intentional. And that'll bring up the shortstop as Drupal Cabrera, who oddly enough is near the top of the league in home runs with 5 home runs, 14 driven in, hitting .308. He's really been killing it. Got a good chance here to put the Rays in the lead early. 6-5, switch hitter bang left. It struck him out, so McHugh comes back and gets the strikeout. And the Rays will leave them loaded. Don't know if that'll come back to bite them later or not, but they leave them loaded as Cabrera strikes out. At the end of 1, it's no score here from Tampa Bay. Top of the second we go. Jake Odorizzi thought he was going to get some run support, but he did not. And Chris Carter, first baseman, will lead off for the Stros. Carter hitting he's hitting .125, no homers and 2 driven in 40 at-bats. It's a 2-9, and that's going to be another strikeout. So Chris Carter struck him out. Swung at air, 1 away, and here's Carlos Correa. Shortstop. Of course, a recent call-up, so not too many at-bats. He's only had 2 at-bats. So he's 0 for 2, no average. That's a 4-6 against Odorizzi. He flies to right. That's 2 down. And that'll bring up Preston Tucker. And for Tucker, he's hitting .320 in 25 at-bats. 2 homers, 4 runs driven in. Again, limited duty. 6-9, and he strikes him out. So Odorizzi, a much easier top of the second than it was the top of the first, as he puts the Stros down 1-2-3. And we go to the bottom of the second. Still no score. The cue back out will be facing center fielder Kevin Kiermeier. And Kiermeier on the replay is only hitting a .154. No homers, 2 driven in. 5-5 against the lefty. That's an in-home run chance. 1-4. He does have normal power. 1-4 is a homer. 5-20 is a double. That is a 5. He just missed a home run. So a double for Kevin Kiermeier to lead off. And McHugh is in trouble again as the Rays put more runners on base. Catcher Rene Rivera only hitting a .167, no homers or runs driven in. And the runner at second base, Kiermeier, runs well, so he will be held on second base. McHugh, 1-9. That's a strikeout, so That's a good way to get something done with no runner advancement, is to strike him out. He does so, and that brings up the number 9 hitter, left fielder David DeJesus. DeJesus hitting .229, a homer and 7 driven in. It's a 4-5, and that's another strikeout. So McHugh coming back with the Ks. 2 down. It's up to John Jaso. Or the Rays will miss another opportunity to bring home a run and leave another runner on base. Jaso, 2-7. He comes through. 1-5 is a double. 6-20 is a single. It's going to score the run either way. It's a double. John Jaso, a 2-out RBI double, and the Rays take the lead 1-0. They finally didn't let an opportunity pass them by. They take the lead. Jaso not going to be held at second. Here's Logan Forsythe. 5-6, and that's another strikeout by McHugh. And that's going to end the inning. But Tampa Bay strikes first for the run, thanks to the RBI double by John Jaso. And we go to the third. It's 1-0 Tampa. And Jake Odorizzi giving a run lead to protect. We'll be facing the catcher, Hank Conger, number 9 hitter. On the replay, Conger's hitting .450 in just 20 at-bats. And mostly he's a backup catcher to Jason Castro, but he is getting the start today. Not a very good defensive catcher as a 3+4 arm, but he can hit. .450 hitter, 1 homer and 2 runs driven in. 1-5, and there's a chance right here to tie the game. 1-7 is a home run. That's a 19, so it'll just be a double. Hank Conger just missed it, but it will be a leadoff double for Hank Conger. That's why he's in there, because he can hit. So he may get pulled for defense later if they're ahead, but he can definitely hit. He will not be held at second base. He doesn't run well at all. Here's Altuve. Altuve, speaking of doubles, he doubled his first time up to lead off the ball game. 4-3 is a ground ball third base X. That's Longoria, and he is a 1. 1-11 is going to go to an error check, I do believe. Double check that here. 1-11 for a third baseman. Does go to his error check. Longoria error rating is a 10. 10 and a 6. E10 and a 6. And that's a ground ball A, so the out is made and the runner cannot advance. So 1 away. Big out there to get for Odorizzi. And the runner does not advance. Here's Colby Rasmus. He's really been struggling. And he struck out his first chance. 3-7. 1-4 is a single. Anything else, he grounds to short. That's a ground ball to short. With it being an A, the runner has to hold again. So Cabrera looks back Altuve, makes the play. And we've got George Springer. It's up to George Springer to get the run home. First base is open. Springer is killing it at 349. He walked his first time up. Odorizzi wants to go after him. 6-5, ground ball shortstop X. That is Cabrera. Cabrera is a 2. 2-16, got him. So it paid off not walking him. He went after him and he got him. And they leave Hank Conger sitting at second base. So we go to the bottom of the third. Score remains 1-0 Rays. And McHugh back out. We'll be facing Evan Longoria. Start things off. It'll be Longoria, Loney, and Souza. Heart of the order for the Rays. 1-9, and that's a strikeout again. McHugh racking up those strikeouts. But he finds himself behind 1-0. Here's Loney. 1-8. Oh, that's not going to be a strikeout. 1-9 is going to be a home run. 10-20 is a double. Loney looking for his third home run if he can get it on 1-9. He does not. It's a double. So James Loney with a 1-out double gets himself into scoring position. And once again, McHugh finding runners on base to work around. That'll bring up Steven Souza. And Loney not running well at all. He will not be held. 6-4, and that is a fly ball center field X. Center fielder is Rasmus. He is a 3. 3 and a 9 for a center fielder. 3 and a 9 goes to an error check. Rasmus, E7. E7 and a 6. E7 and a 6 is a 2-base error on Colby Rasmus. So Colby Rasmus, a 2-base error, that will produce the run, E8. Run comes in to score. Normally they have Marisnik playing center, but he's been struggling offensively, so they have Rasmus playing center tonight, and it backfires on him. 2-base error, E8. And it's a 2-0 lead for Tampa. And it's Drew Cabrera is your batter. Sousa runs well. He will be held at second. 2-7, and that's a 1 for a single. Anything else he lines to Altuve. And that is a liner to Altuve for 2 down. And that brings up Kevin Kiermeier. Kiermeier, first time up, doubled and scored. 6-7, and he's got a chance for another double, but it's not a good one. 1-3. Anything else he flies to center. And he flies out to Rasmus, who catches it this time, catches up with it, I should say. And the inning is over, but Tampa puts on another run, and after 3 complete, it's Tampa Bay 2 and the Astros nothing. Tampa trying to catch the Mets for first place, if they can do it. If they can win, they will both be 10-6, tied for first place. Top of the 4th, Evan Gattis, the batter. It'll be Gattis, Gonzalez, and Carter due up for Houston. 6-6, and that's a line out to third. Snagged over there by Longoria, 1 down. And that'll send up Marwyn Gonzalez. 3-7 for Gonzalez. That's a 1-out single. So Marwyn Gonzalez strokes a 1-out single. And let's see, he doesn't run well at all. They will not hold him. And it sends up Chris Carter. Carter struck out his first chance. 1-6, he's going to strike out again. So Chris Carter goes down on strikes. 2 down. And it's up to Carlos Correa. See what he can do. 2-5, and that's a 1-3 home run. 4-20 is a double. It's a double for Correa. The question is, can the run score? Double is assumed to go to center. Center fielder arm Kiermeier is a -4. So that could be a big deterrent. Runner on base is Gonzalez. He's a 13. Not being held makes him a 14. 2 outs makes him a 15. But -4 makes him an 11. But I think you got to try to send him. 1-11, he makes it. He's out. So nice throw there. Nice relay throw by Kiermeier gets him. So the Correa double doesn't work as Gonzalez is thrown out the plate. We're going to call it 8-6-2 as Cabrera with the relay made the play. And that's going to do it for Houston. So they wasted a golden opportunity there with the double by Correa, but the arm of Kevin Kiermeier just too much. So McHugh comes back out. He'll be facing Rene Rivera. Start the bottom of the 4th, 2-0 favor of Tampa. 5-7 is a 1-4 single. Anything else, he will ground to Gonzalez. And he does. He grounds to Gonzalez, 1 away. Gonzalez still a little bit chagrined about being thrown out the plate. Here's DeJesus. Six, 7, and that's a 1-3 double. Anything else, he flies out to the center fielder, Colby Rasmus. And that's a fly out to center. Rasmus able to get to it. 2 up and 2 down. Back to the top of the order, and John Jaso. Jaso singled and doubled, 2 for 2. 3-6, he's going to strike out this time, so not so lucky. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Colin McHugh, his first of the evening. Go to the 5th. Still 2-0 favor of Tampa. As Jake Odorizzi twirling a shutout to this point, but it's still early. It's only been 4 innings. It's Preston Tucker. 3-8 for Tucker, and that's the shutout could be gone really quickly. 1-16 is a home run. And it is gone. Preston Tucker cracks his 3rd home run of the season, 5th RBI, and gets the Astros on the board to cuts the lead to 2-1 to start the top of the 5th. That'll bring up Conger, who doubled his first time up. 6-8 switch hitter, and he might double again right in the spot that Odorizzi didn't want to make it. 1-6 is a double. It's a 5, it's a double, so Conger 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. He's not a very good fielding catcher, but he can hit, and that's why he's in there. And Odorizzi really needs to settle things down. Here's Altuve. Conger not being held, he's slow. 1-6 for Altuve, doesn't matter. 1-4 is a double, 5-20 is a single. It's going to score the run either way. That's a 1, so it's yet another double. Jose Altuve with his 2nd double of the game. Conger scores. And it's now 2-2. And there's still nobody out. Altuve will have to be held. Here's Rasmus. Now Odorizzi's got to really shake it off. 1-9, and that's a strikeout. So struck him out. 1 down. Still far from being out of the woods. Here's Springer. 5-6, and that's a fly to right field B. It means the runner can move up, or at least has a chance. Pretty good chance, actually. Altuve runs at a 17. The right fielder arm suits as a -2 is a 15. But you do add 2, gets him back to 17. So 1-17, he makes 3rd. 18-19, he holds. 20, he's out. 17, he's going to make it. Barely, but he makes it. So he does make it to 3rd on the fly out. Where he could score on a wild pitch or something like that. And it's up to Evan Gattis to bring him home. Tied at 2 right now, but the Astros looking to take the lead. 2-7. That's a ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. So that moving up to right, moving up from 2nd to 3rd actually cost him, or cost the Astros a run, because had he stayed at 2nd, they would have held him on, and that 2-7 plus there would have gotten through for a base hit, but you're not holding him on 3rd. So actually that aggressiveness actually ended up costing them a run, as it turns out. But the Rays will take it. But the Astros do tie the game at 2 apiece as we go to the bottom of the 4th. McHugh back out, maybe a second breath here to come back and get reset, the tie score. And leading off will be Logan Forsythe. They'll be followed by Longoria and Loney. 4-10, that's a fly to right, 1 away. And Forsythe is retired. Here's Evan Longoria. Longoria 6-7, righty. That's a straight out single. So 1 out single for Longoria. He is 2 for 3. He will not go anywhere. He will not even be held. He doesn't run well at all. Here's Loney. Well, he runs decent, but not enough to worry about. 6-10, that's a ground ball shortstop X. That is Correa. He's a 2. 2 and an 18 is going to be a double play. I'm pretty sure it's a ground ball A on a shortstop 2 and an 18. Yes, it is. It is a double play. It's going to go 6-4-3 to end the inning. And 5 innings are now in the books, and we have nothing settled. It's a tie ball game. And the best friend of Colin McHugh is that double play. Second one turn. They turned one in the first inning to get out of a big jam. They turned one here to get out of a potential jam. So we go to the 6th, tied at 2. Odorizzi and McHugh both coming up now in the 6th inning on their fatigue. Their fatigue numbers are 6. Marwyn Gonzalez will lead things off. Gonzalez, his last time up. singled, but was thrown at the plate trying to score on that double. 6-5 is a switch hitter batting left. It's a ground ball shortstop X. That's Cabrera. He's a 2. 216 is good. That's going to be a ground ball. 6-3, 1 away. Chris Carter, the batter. 210 for Carter. That's a 1-14 double. 15-20, he flies to center. And that's a double for Chris Carter. Yet another Houston double. There have been doubles machines in this game. Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is double number 6. And we're just in the top of the 6. They've had 6 doubles already. Here's Carlos Correa. 2-4. And that's a straight up home run. There's no double to that. That is a 2-run bomb by Carlos Correa. And the Met fans are loving this because it looks like that they're going to maintain first place if this keeps up. Correa, 2-run homer. It's now 4-2 in favor of Houston. And with that big blast, the Rays bullpen starts to get loose as Odorizzi's on the verge of being fatigued. One more base runner and he would be fatigued. They do have the bullpen going. Looks like they have right-hander. Looks like it's right-hander Matt Andriese. Or Andriese. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Andriese. I think it's Andriese. But it could be Andriese. But I'm pretty sure it's Andriese. He is in the bullpen. He actually was a spot starter. But when Alex Colome, one of the relievers, got hurt, then he had to go back to the bullpen, and they brought up Drew Smiley to be a starter. Here's Preston Tucker. 5-10, and that's a fly ball to center for out number 2. So 2 down. And something didn't go right here. Hold on. Something got messed up. Let me fix this. All right, so he flew to center. Now there's 2 away. All right, now we're straight. All right, 2 down for Hank Conger, who's doubled twice. He's got 2 of those 6 doubles. Odorizzi on thin ice. 210, and he's going to strike out Conger to get out of the inning. But that's probably going to be all for Odorizzi. 2 runs in the 5th. I'm sorry, in the top of the 6th. 2 runs in the 5th, and now 2 runs in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's now 4-2 Astros. As Colin McHugh all of a sudden stands to be the winner. If he can hold on. Steven Souza, the batter. Tampa now in comeback mode. 5-9. That's a strikeout. That's not a good way to start. There is a dot there, but of course he's not tired yet. So no result there. Here's Cabrera. 4-11 against a switch hitter batting left is a fly ball left field X. That is Preston Tucker. He's only a 4. But an 18, I believe, is going to be just fine. We'll double check it. 4 and an 18. No, I take it back. It's not just fine. 4 and an 18 is a single. How about that? So it does fall in for a base hit. Glad I checked. And not just assume anything, because you know what happens when we assume things. So that's a 1-out single for Cabrera. And at first base, Cabrera, C. Steeler, he will be held, but down by 2, they're not going to go anywhere. Here's Kiermeier. 4-7, and that's a fly to center. 2 down. Had to fix something else in the computer. I don't know why it keeps messing up on me like that. Souza struck out. Cabrera got a single. And Kiermeier flies to center. And now with 2 outs, it's Rene Rivera, the catcher. 1-9. He's going to strike out and the inning's over. So 6 innings are in the books, and the Astros lead it 4-2. And the Rays, not quite sure what happened. So that's going to be it for Odorizzi, and Matt Andriese will be the new pitcher for Tampa Bay. Let's get the substitution made there. Andriese is now in, and on the replay, Andriese 0-0, no saves, and 11.57 ERA, 9 innings pitched, 17 hits, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. So he is definitely struggling, but they're hoping he can turn it around right here against the Astros. Kevin Cash is playing a hunch. 3-6, 1-18 is a single, so the hunch might have been wrong. And it is so far. That's a leadoff single for Altuve. And here come the Stros. He's doubled twice, and now he's singled, so he's 3 for 4. He is Mr. Altuve, and he may be looking to run. So Double-A Steeler starts as a 17, being held as a -2 makes it in a 15. Rivera -2 also makes it a 13. So a 1-13, they'll still send him. And he makes it, so a stolen base. Stolen base for Jose Altuve. He's in scoring position with nobody out. And that's going to bring up, it also takes away the double play. It's going to bring up Colby Rasmus. 2-7 for Rasmus. That's a walk. And Andriese having a rough go of it. So he may not last long in this game the way he's going. Single and a walk. And that brings up the big boys, Springer and Gaddis. They could use a double play in the worst way. 2-6, they won't get it. That's a walk. It's going to load the bases. So Andriese really having some issues. And the bullpen activity continues for the Rays, as they do have Steve Geltz, a right-hander, loosening in the bullpen. Most of the batters in the Houston lineup are right-handed, so don't really want to go to a lefty. Here's Gaddis. They're going to bring the infield in. They got to cut the runoff at the plate. 4-7, and that's a fly ball center field B. That's a sacrifice fly, rather. And the run scores, so Gaddis flies out to Kiermeier, but even his good arm can't catch the swift Altuve. And the run scores. It is now 5-2. There's finally an out, and here's Marwyn Gonzalez. 3-5, and that's more trouble. 1-16 is a double, 2 stars. Either way, it's only 1 run can score. It will be a double, but only 1 run can score due to the 2-star principle. Again, yet another double. That's double number 7 on the game for the Houston Astros. They're doubling machines, and that's going to be it for Andriese. Kevin Cash can't take any more. He's going to have to go. So he is coming out, and they will bring in right-hander Steve Geltz. See if he can do any better. Geltz 1-0 with a 1.13 ERA. 8 innings pitched, only 3 hits, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Maybe he should have been the first guy they brought in. I don't know. But he's going to come in and face the right-hander Chris Carter. Infield, of course, is in. 2-9, and that's a strikeout. So a big strikeout there of Chris Carter for out number 2 by Mr. Geltz. Correa is up. He just hit that big home run. Could walk him intentionally and pitch to Tucker. That could be a tough choice. They both homered in this game so far, but I think they're going to make the rookie prove himself, so they're not going to walk him. They're going to pitch to Correa with 2 outs and 2 on, 2 in. 1-10, and it worked out. Ground ball to second ends the inning, but yet another 2 spot for the Houston. 3 innings in a row, they've scored 2 runs, and this time they take a 6-2 lead. And now that is giving Colin McHugh even more emphasis to keep going, as he only had 1 ding against his point of weakness, so they're going to keep him in there. Try to get another inning out of him, perhaps. Be facing DeJesus, bottom of the order. 4-2, and that is a ground ball first base X. That is Chris Carter. He's a 4. 4 and a 9. I believe that's an error check for a first baseman. A 4 and a 9 certainly is. Chris Carter's error rating is a 13, so a little shaky. 13 and a 7. E13 and a 7, though, is a ground ball A. So how about that? Chris Carter up to the task. He bumbled it a little bit, but he finally got a hold of it and flipped to McHugh covering for out number 1. Goes 3-1 if you're scoring. John Jaso. 4-12. That's another ground ball first base X. So Carter gets to try it again as a 4. Oops. That's a 3. That's going to get through for a base hit. So this time he wasn't able to stop it. It gets right through. 1 out single for John Jaso. He will not be held. And here's Logan Forsythe. 4-8 against a righty. That's trouble again for McHugh. 1-13 is a double. 14-20 is a single. That's a single, 2 stars, and that'll put runners at the corners. And all of a sudden, McHugh is almost tired, and the Astro bullpen now is stirring. With Evan Longoria coming up, a lefty is loosening in the bullpen. Thatcher, the left-hander, for Houston, because Loney is up next. He's a lefty, so this may be the last batter for McHugh. Runners at the corners. They are holding Forsythe at first. 1-7, and that's a pop out to third. Huge out there. It's infield fly rule. Took care of everything and kept the runner right where he had to be. Runners cannot advance. 2 down, and now they're going to make the move to the bullpen. Colin McHugh will be lifted, and they will go to their bullpen and bring in left-hander Joe Thatcher. And I'll get to the numbers on Thatcher here very shortly, as soon as we put him in the game. Numbers on Thatcher for the replay. He is 0-0 with a 4.91 ERA, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He has given up 2 home runs in just 4 innings of pitching. So the long ball has been his Achilles heel. But against the lefty Loney, they figure he's got a good chance to get out of this. So Thatcher it is. He will get the chance with 2 on and 2 outs to face Loney. 1-7 against the lefty, and that's a ground ball to second, but the runner is being held, so it's going to get through for a base hit. That plus means if you're holding the runner, that gets through for a base hit, 2 stars. So even though they were up 6-2, they decided to hold the runner, and it backfires. Single, score the run, move Forsythe to third. And all of a sudden now the lead has been reduced to 6-3. Tying run is coming to the plate, and Steven Souza. Thatcher has to try to get out of this. 4-9, that's a single to left field. That will score another run. It's now 6-4. And you wonder if Thatcher can stay in the game as he starts to struggle. Giving up 2 hits in a row to both batters that he faces. They're going to leave him in there against the switch hitter Cabrera. It's now just a 6-4 game, so Thatcher trying to get out of this mess. 2-10 against a lefty. Popped him up to short, and that's going to do it to end the inning. But the Rays do come back with 2 runs of their own. And after 7 complete, it is Houston 6 and Tampa Bay 4. And let's see what we've got here. Gelt's going to stay in, of course. He only faced 2 batters, so he's still good to go. He will stay in, and he will face Preston Tucker to start the top of the 8th. 6-4 ball game, Astros. 3-6, and I dropped my pen. 3-6 for Preston Tucker, and that's a double to left field. So yet another double number 8 by the Astros in this game. Amazing occurrence. I don't think I've ever had that before, to have that many doubles by one team. But they've got them. Here's Hank Conger. Tucker at second base will not be held. 3-7 for Conger, and he strikes out, so they finally get Conger. And there's out number 1, but now they got the dangerous Altuve coming up. 1-7 for Altuve. That's a single, 2 stars, scores the run. Astros increase the lead to 7-4 on the RBI single by Altuve as Tucker trots in to score. And now that'll bring up Colby Rasmus. That's a leaner, so we'll redo that. 6-10, and that is a ground ball shortstop A that'll end the inning on a 6-4-3 double play. So Thatcher benefits from the leaner. So it could have been a lot worse, but the double play helps him out of that. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. And the Astros now lead at 7-4. Thatcher had his issues, but he's going to stay out there for one more batter, I think. Actually, you know what? No, he's not. He's going to come out. So Thatcher is out of there, and they're going to bring in Josh Fields. So Josh Fields will be the new pitcher for the Astros. Get the numbers on him for the replay. Josh Fields is 0-1 with a 3.86 ERA, 7 innings pitched, 9 hits, 2 walks, 13 strikeouts. And he will be facing Kevin Kiermeier. So Fields is on. Both teams have now used 3 pitchers. It'll be Kiermeier, Rivera, and DeJesus. 4-7 against a lefty, struck him out. So Fields gets the strikeout of Kiermeier. 1 away for Rivera, and I think they're going to pinch hit for Rivera. They're going to go to their bench. Will Tampa Bay. And they will use Brandon Guyer. So Brandon Guyer will come in and pinch hit, and then Kirk Casale will take over as catcher. So Guyer, the pinch hitter. And then they will turn to Casale to catch. So let's get the numbers on Brandon Guyer. Brandon Guyer on the replay hitting .412. No homers, 7 runs driven in. 6-5 struck him out, so that didn't help his cause any. Fields has struck out both batters he has faced. He says, line up your pinch hitters and I'll knock them down. So here's DeJesus, not a pinch hitter, but a regular hitter. 3-10, and that's a ground ball right back to Fields to end the inning. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Josh Fields. And the score remains in the Astros' favor at 7-4. And now we need the new catcher, Kirk Casale. He will be on to catch. And let's look at possible. I think we're going to have another pitcher for Tampa. Geltz's day is done. So Tampa will go back to the pen. And they will grab Brandon Gomes. So Brandon Gomes will be coming on to pitch for the Rays to try to keep it as a 7-4 game if possible. Gomes, the 4th pitcher used by the Rays. He checks in 0-0 with a 1.08 ERA. 8 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts, and a home run. So he will be facing George Springer. Start the top of the 9th. Gomes to face Springer. 7-4 game. 2-5 for Springer, and that's a walk, not what they wanted. Don't want to start putting guys on. Springer is on with a walk. Casale has a +1 arm. Springer is an A stealer. So they're going to try it. He's a 1-15. Being held makes him a 13, but the +1 makes him a 14. 1-14, he'll steal it. And he does. So it's a stolen base for Springer. So he gets into scoring position. It takes away the double play as well. And now, Evan Gattis, the batter. 5-8 for Gomes. Ground ball, second base, X. Second baseman is Forsythe. He's a 2. 2 and a 7. Check the defensive charts. A 2 and a 7 is a ground ball B. But since it's to the right side, I said it was my one little rule in advanced. In normal advanced, the runner would not go to third. But to me, that's just baseball. You hit to the right side, he's going to get to third base. So that stolen base was huge, because now he is at third base. The infield's going to have to come in with 1 out. And Marwyn Gonzalez, the batter. Infield is in. 6-8. And as they pop out to first, that's a huge out for Brandon Gomes. Pops him up for out number 2. And now he's got to get Chris Carter to get out of the inning. The Astros already have their closer loosing in the pen. That being Luke Gregerson. So he's ready to go in the bottom of the 9th. If it stays a save situation. If the Astros score another run, they'll use somebody else. Here's Carter. 6-5, ground ball, shortstop X. That is Cabrera. Cabrera is a 2. 2 and a 1, though. It gets by for a base hit, and that's going to take the save situation away from Gregerson. So he will sit. And the Astros increase the lead now to 8-4. So he will sit, and they may let Fields finish things out. And Fields would get the save, actually. He would qualify for the save because it was a 3-run game when he came in. So here is Correa, 2-5, and that's another home run chance, 1-3, 4-20 is a double. That's a double. And let's see, with the slow running Carter, they will hold him up as an 8-4 game. They're going to play station to station. Yet another, I believe it's the 9th double for Houston in this game. I'll let the box score confirm it, but I do believe it's 9 doubles now. Here's Preston Tucker. Gomes is tired, but they're going to try to squeeze one more batter out of him. 1-9, that's a strikeout. He did it, so he gets out of the mess, but mess was already happened with the run coming in. So Astros go into the bottom of the 9th with an 8-4 lead. There is no save situation for the closer, so they're going to keep Josh Fields out there, and he'll be facing the top of the order here in the bottom of the 9th. Jaso, Forsythe, and Longoria. Fields to Jaso. 5-6, and that's a 1-12 single. Anything else, he lines to first. That's an 18, so it's snagged by Chris Carter. 1 away, and that's kind of nice spin for Tampa. D20 roll not agreeing with them. And now that brings up Forsythe. 4-3, that's a fly ball, right field X. That's Springer, he's a 2. 2 and a 16 is good all day long, out number 2. It's up now to Evan Longoria to keep the game going against Fields. 5-7, it's a strikeout. He's not tired, so the game's over. Houston pulls out the victory after trailing 2-0. They come back and win it rather easily by the score of 8-4. And let's get the final box score for you and confirm that the save was turned in by Fields. I do believe he qualifies for a save. I'll double check it. He did. That's his first save of the season. Winner was McHugh. He's 2-1. Loser Odorizzi 1-2. Totals on the game: 8 runs, 16 hits, and an error for Houston. They left on 9. And for Tampa, 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left on 8. And we'll count the doubles for Houston. Altuve with 2, that's 2. Gonzalez 1 makes 3. Carter 1 makes 4. Correa with 2 makes 6. Tucker with 1 makes 7. Conger with 2 makes 9. So there we did have 9 doubles, and Tampa had 3 of their own, but 9 doubles for one team. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but Houston wins it. They improve to 8-8, and Tampa drops to 10-6, so the Mets will maintain first place in the league. Altuve, the player of the game, 4 for 5 with 2 doubles and 2 runs driven in. So the current standings as of after every team with 16 games now, it is the Mets at 11-5. I think I said 10-6. They're actually 11-5. Tampa and Cleveland dropped to 10-6, a game back. Boston and Seattle are 9-7, 2 games back. Houston's 8-8 at 3 games back. Cincinnati's 7-9, 4 games back. San Francisco and Arizona are 6-10. They are tied at 5 games back. And Philadelphia bringing up the rear, 4-12, 7 games back. So that's what's happening here after 16 games in the Demolition League. Probably, I'm recording this on Tuesday night. I'll probably post it on Thursday around lunchtime. But the next video from me will be a live stream on Saturday at noon Eastern. It'll be the opening day of the NBC Game of the Week, 1986 style. And I'm using multiple game engines. Inside Pitch will be the first game engine I'm using. It'll be the New York Mets against the Philadelphia Phillies from Veterans Stadium. It was the first NBC Game of the Week played that year. It's on YouTube if you want to go watch it. Vin Scully and Joe Garagiola. So that'll be the first. That'll be the first of hopefully many for the whole 86 season. But Inside Pitch will get the first chance. Then we'll go to Payoff Pitch, Strat-O-Matic, and then either APA or Status Pro or both. I haven't decided yet. But that's good from here. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of the 2015 Strat-O-Matic Demolition League. Again, the final score. In fact, I didn't put the line score here. I put it on my score sheet and didn't put it here. 8-16, 1 and 9 for Houston. 4, 11 and 0 and 8 for Tampa Bay. So final score: Houston 8, Tampa Bay 4. Houston improves to 8-8. Tampa drops to 10-6. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.